Pickaxe.
Cast Party, your favorite D&D podcast, is turning 3 next month, and we are pulling out all the stops to make this anniversary month unforgettable. Our merch store is reopening its enchanted doors, and we've conjured up some brand new, never-before-seen designs to celebrate this momentous occasion. From heroic tees to mystical mugs, you'll find the perfect gear to flaunt your love for Cast Party. Throughout the anniversary month, we'll be bringing you special episodes, exclusive behind-the-scenes content, and thrilling surprises that will transport you deeper into the world of Fendraeya. Join us as we start the month off with a look into The After Party, a Patreon-exclusive one-shot series, but you get it for free. The cast and crew will be playing through the plot of Through the Realms of Myria, the very movie that started it all, dropping for everyone on our main podcast feed November 1st. We'll then take a look behind the scenes as the cast chats about each episode of Cast Party that drops in November, and a look ahead to the exciting future of Cast Party. We wouldn't be here without your unwavering support and enthusiasm, so let's celebrate together. Stay tuned for giveaways, Q&A sessions with the cast, and chances to win limited edition Cast Party merch. So mark your calendars, invite your fellow adventurers, and gear up for a month-long celebration of all things Cast Party. Want a sneak peek of the upcoming merch designs, a backlog of over 100 hours of one-shots, or maybe just want to support your favorite D&D podcast? Come join the fun at patreon.com/castparty and hang out with the cast and crew in the Discord. We are inching closer to 250 subbed patrons, and we have our announcement goal coming soon, which will be cryptic in nature. Patreon.com/castparty. Thank you all so much for listening. Enjoy the episode, cast and crew.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Fables of Fendraeya, Wyldacre. My name is Jose Polino, or at DM Jose G, and other fun socials that I'm currently working on, and I will be your director for today's celebration. I am joined, of course, by my lovely and ever-raving, partying, hardcore group of creatures and fey denizens of the like. So let's go ahead and begin with Ryan.
Hi, Ryan McManus, and I'll be playing Fiffin, the Maker, Taker, Haters, Hater. You can find me at Ryan.McManus on my personals, or in the Cast Party socials at Cast Party D&D.
And next we have Nigel.
Hello, Nigel Deacon playing Pond, your favorite froggy friend, hopefully finding a future family. You can find me at Nigel Sucks LMAO on every social that matters.
We have Betty.
Hello, I am Betty. I play Quinn, the mighty owlin, who is as righteous as she is small, and I am who.the.lovely on TikTok and Instagram.
And finally, we have Seth.
Hey everybody, I am Seth. I play Cheese the Dog. You can find me on TikTok at Noctopus and Noct.topus on Instagram and Threads and MySpace and Gaia online and Neopets.
Oh, wow.
Gaia.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Apparently you can get your Neopets account back now. They're like totally slack with like just handing out accounts and passwords.
The website is like 100% ads.
If you remember your account name, you might be able to log back in and
Yeah, my Cobra is hungry for some omelet, you know?
So last time we met, you guys had arrived upon the Nightwell Fortress. You were all deceiving your way through a very joyous occasion by pretending to be very happy and cheerful while everything around you just reeked of absolute chaos almost. There was voices coming down from this well where everybody is throwing their gifts to the Archfey, begging for your help, a voice that you recognize, Cheese. There was other individuals around that seemed to be sort of like denizens of the Nightwell Fortress, that upon inspection were decaying and rotting away. The flowers that blossom and sort of make up the entire color palette of this kingdom were all really just wilting, but every now and then they come back to the true form, and nobody seems to notice this apart from you. Yermo, sticking close by with you all, has this sort of very manic desperate attitude about him. Something about him that doesn't want to meet with the Archfey, but wants to meet with the Archfey, but doesn't know what to do. You then notice Wania, Rook, and Bjordor were carrying a cart, it seemed, with other creatures inside that you haven't really sort of taken a notice as to who else, if anybody of note, is inside. But Yermo was being brought back to life and now sort of behaving in this way, as I'll speak at least for Quinn, more from what you presented, was something that really threw you off. As the three of them reached up to walk towards the staircase that led to this individual that made an announcement, this very sort of like regal-like towering figure with this hair that was like tied up in a ponytail that made an announcement about the Archfey not being present, but waiting until the sun sets on this very occasion-driven, happy, joyous day, and the moons from every plane of existence reveal themselves. That is perhaps when he stated that the Archfey would show themselves to rejoice and captivate in the energy that is this celebration. Fiffin and Quinn, give me history checks.
8.
18.
Quinn, you remember, more in passing, this part of the Fae, this part of Wyldacre, all of it, always resides in this perpetual sunset. But this seems like a special day. And this event is not just some sort of event that's happening randomly. This event is actually called the Voracious Night. At this point, as you guys were sort of getting closer to the cart where Wania, Rook, and Bjordor were, as they begin to ascend the stairs to go talk to this individual, Yermo grabbed you, Quinn, and said, "I must speak to the Archfey." That's where we pick up. As Yermo looks over in the direction of the three individuals as they're about to walk up the stairs, and you feel that he is going to begin to make his way that way.
I'll give eyes to the rest of the party, like, my big owl eyes go like, whoop. We will get you to the Archfey. We are going to speak to the Archfey. That's where we are going. It is going to happen. We just need to do it together. We need to do it together. Can we do it together?
Will we have enough time?
We will. We'll have more than enough time.
Have you ever felt desperation, Quinn?
I have. I have felt that feeling, yes.
I feel that very much within me right now.
Why do you feel like you need to speak to the Archfey?
Touch.
You need to touch the Archfey?
I need to touch that desperation. Fiffin, what's your passive perception?
14.
Yermo, couldn't you have waited until, before we were all in this cart full of dead bodies before you started questioning things? Because it's not a good smell in here.
Well, there is too many bodies in there, some that I know and others that I don't, and I don't really want to think about what my decisions are, because then it becomes very hyper-aware. I become aware that I am alive and they are not, but I knew them, and it's sort of very tricky, so rather just distance myself from that and find a way to touch that desperation.
Yermo, that's really great and all, but can you please just get into the cart? And I sing that so that I can cast Fast Friends.
Okay.
Nice.
It is a wisdom save, please.
That is an 8.
That fails. While the creature is charmed in this way, it undertakes to perform any services or activities you ask of it in a friendly manner to the best of its ability.
You watch as in that moment when Guillermo's inching to get away from Quinn, you catch that note and you feel the air sort of vibrate in the direction of Guillermo. And you hear as his fawn-like ears kind of twitch slightly. And he turns around to you, Pond, and he goes, "I could get in the cart. We can wait. Desperation comes to us all at different times. This would be a good time perhaps to wait. I like this."
Perfect. I couldn't have said it better myself.
He reaches in and goes to grab the tarp to sort of begin to get in. So I'll say that as you're doing that, then we'll go off of your passive, Fiffin, as everyone's kind of having this conversation with Yermo, this not well-placed conversation. This towering figure seems to be talking with the three individuals, more so Wania, the tabaxi. She sort of is the one that stands in front. And you see, as he looks at her, his mouth begins to move at a rapid pace, and it's almost like he's mouthing something, but you know that is not a normal speed for someone to talk in. And as he does, there's this red twinge of a light within his hair that begins to glow. Tendrils of his hair begin to grow in a vibrant red. And you watch as Wania looks, and her hand that was currently up, about to present him a paper of sorts, drops. And then from behind you, you hear, Oh, this is a lot. This has a lot right now. This has a lot of energy here. And you hear Floor. There's a lot of energy here, and I'm feeling kind of nauseous.
What?
I'm feeling a little sick. I need something. I need someone. What?
Floor. Okay. Floor! And I just shove my head into the cab. Floor, listen. I need you to calm down.
He grabs your cheeks.
I know you're overwhelmed.
Fiffin, I can see all of it.
I know. I saw it too. I saw every single thing coming to you, okay? We just need to be quiet right now. We're in the midst of dead bodies. What the heck happened to that scary guy?
What scary guy?
The big guy. What are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling control.
That's not good. That's not a good feeling coming from someone that big.
I'm feeling like my mind is fragile.
Oh, no, don't
and
let...
that it's all escaping me.
Don't let him control you. No, that's not what we want right now.
Okay. And then he just kind of looks back, his eyes narrow, and he just sort of looks at you and he goes, okay, I trust you. And he gives you a little pat on the cheek.
Thanks, Floor. Are you gonna be safe in here? You okay?
Mm-hmm. I'm just very scared.
Yep, don't let the big guy get your mind, okay?
Okay. I'm just a baby.
All right, buddy. Pat. Floor!
You turn, you see Cheese like smoke coming out of his mouth, like I'm ready to cast like silence. Just to... Is everything okay? Everything okay, Fiffin?
Yeah, Floor can see all of existence right now.
Okay, but is he gonna be loud about it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I told him he had to keep it in. He had to keep his emotions all bottled up. Hey, have you noticed things, kind of like Yermo dying and then coming back?
I don't think so.
It's very quick.
I don't think I have. Was Yermo dead?
Yermo was attacked. I don't know if he was dead.
He was close. I healed him a little bit and brought him back.
I'm gonna pat Cheese on the head and then point at one of like the baker. Like the little baker guy we saw on the side.
Sure.
Does his face look normal? Or does it have that like decrepit thing for a sec, like it did before?
Make a perception check.
And what about Cheese? I'm trying to direct Cheese at this too.
Do it with the help action. Why not? You're trying to give Cheese another set of eyes.
10.
You look, Cheese, and there's like a couple of these shopkeepers that are all bald-headed, androgynous, sort of looking elf-like individuals with very long, pointy ears that are just sort of like now attending to individuals. You see that one that Fiffin is talking about comes out with like a wooden tray with some pastries on top that begins to hand them out outside the shop. As they're handing it over, the individuals pick up the pastries and they're chewing and enjoying them. And then the individual sort of turns in your direction and makes direct eye contact with you. And just one half of the face is just completely skinless. It's just nothing but bone, the eye socket. It is just a decrepit, ruined side that looks over to you and goes, "Happy celebration, friend." And then turns around and begins to give the pastries to everyone else.
I duck my head underneath the cart. Oh, yeah, that doesn't look right at all.
Yeah, I noticed that with other people and the flowers and everyone here.
So maybe this is kind of an illusion? We're not seeing what this place actually looks like?
It could be. Yeah, something is hiding what everyone truly is.
Hand comes up, touches your shoulder, Fiffin, the hand of Yermo, and it is all skeleton with pieces missing and his flesh rotting away. And he goes, "What are we talking about?"
Yermo, please. Just like 1 second.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, I'll take my time. His clothes tattered and ripped, torn asunder on some elements of his body, no face. The horns remain the sort of like very elegant fawn-looking horns. Every single person outside that you can see looks normal. Everybody looks normal except for these denizens within the space. And then you catch it again, almost in unison, all the flowers wilt and then bloom again. Almost like breathing. back and forth.
Maybe we deal with this once we're not actively hiding from something.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. It's getting real stinky in here.
How do we get in there to talk to that guy?
That's why we're in the cart. I think they're gonna walk us right in.
Oh, I don't know about that. The guy seemed to, almost turn Wanya away. Or something happened. She had a paper, and it looks like she was ready to go through, but then tentacles came out. And this guy changed real spooky-like. And then she turned away. So, I think we might be stuck here.
Okay, then I don't know if we have a reason to still be in the cart.
Great point.
Does it look like we are completely immobile and Wanya's not, trying to get in anymore?
From being inside of the tarp, I'll say if you're peeking out, you can see Wanya now, and Rook and Bjordor are all now having a conversation, and you catch it instantly. Their eyes red by the pupil, and they begin to talk to each other. You can't really hear what they're saying. They're talking very quietly, but the towering figure stands behind them. But the cart is completely immobile. You're essentially parked up against a fence, a stone fence, really, on the side of the entrance to the fortress.
We gotta make a decision soon. This is an awful lot of talking for halfway hiding into a cart.
Yeah.
And I'll crawl out from under the tarp, just getting out and then casually walking away.
Just strolling.
Yep.
I'll drag my long neck out of the cart.
I forgot about
forgot.
your neck.
Yermo gets out as well, and I'll say to you, Cheese and Pond, he looks to you both and he completely looks normal now, as you've seen him this entire time. And he looks over to you and he goes, "Don't ever make me go inside of a cart with dead bodies again. If we're to establish some boundaries, I would like to establish that one."
Of course, I'm so sorry, Yermo. Please forgive me.
For you, life and death, my friend. Life and death.
We're good friends, Yermo. I appreciate you and everything that you do for us. And we're gonna figure out a way to get inside.
Fiffin and Quinn, since you guys are seemingly the last ones getting out of the cart, who's grabbing Floor?
Was he attached to Cheese?
I mean, in order to get him into the cart, I don't think he could.
Yeah, that's true.
I think Fiffin would be the
true.
most dexterous for lifting a cart.
I was probably closest to him, having gone and chatted with him, so I probably would have at least lifted the cab out with him in it.
What's your passive investigation?
18.
Fiffin, you go to head out, but you need to take a moment to make sure to grab Floor. You grab him, no problem, you grab the cart. But there's a hand that's limply laying against the wheel of the cart. That then when you remove it, it falls, and you see almost a very big paw-like hand. And when you look, poking out through on the very bottom of all of the bodies, a Leonin. This very beautiful, regal, golden-like mane of hair in what looks like blue and gold attire, but it is ripped and torn and essentially is lying there lifeless. And the hand just falls.
As I grab Floor, haul him out, I start to get out as the tarp falls behind me, but I see that hand. I do a double take back. Quinn, what? Quinn, what? Get out of the car, get out of the car. Oh, hold on. I lift the tarp up the slightest bit. Does that paw look familiar? Did we fight this guy?
No, you didn't fight a Leonin. You fought a vision that turned into a Leonin, this dark energy matter that formed itself into this creature that then turned itself into an even bigger creature. But not this guy. But seems very similar to this guy.
I am feared that they need a body to put the energy into.
I don't know what that means. We'll talk later. I drop the tarp.
Okay, I just, yep.
And where are you guys going?
I'd like to huddle everyone up so that we can talk without it being so obvious that we're speaking about what we're doing.
When I looked up at the group that was just trying to get in, with Wanya and the others, they had some very clear red around their eyes, and it looked like the guy in front of the door was controlling them. I think some of you guys saw that too, but we're probably better than them, so let's try going up to him too.
That might be why floor started screaming. He said he felt control in the air.
What if we can control him first?
Can you do that?
I can certainly try. At least to let us in, because that's all we really need to do is get in past him.
What's our escape plan in case, he's a lot stronger than we think?
Down the well.
Oh, shit.
With the one with the voices?
Yep.
Like we go down the well?
Yes, we run and jump down the well.
That's a hell of a jump. Are we ready for that?
Well, it's either that or get controlled by that guy.
Just for preparation, take this. And I slip a sunflower into your back pocket, and then I have the big sunflower head. If you want to go alone, I can bring you back to us. How do you feel about that? Because, okay, here's my thought process behind that, okay? If only you go and get mind controlled, that's way better than if we all go and get mind controlled.
Yeah, you're right. Pond is visibly sweating, like it's just shaking just ever so slightly.
I don't feel comfortable sending Pond by himself.
Well, we can't all do this together. It's not like we're a family.
Pond's eyes go wide and like a single tear.
But I thought we were.
I say we are too, Pond.
Yeah.
We need to be a unit, like we have been. And what's better than being the family, right?
Right.
Oh, if it makes you more comfortable. All right.
That's the spirit.
I feel like it's probably just something we haven't put into words before, but the feeling's been there.
I'll cast Mage Hand to just pet Cheese on the head.
I agree. Okay, I've got my sunflower. You guys wait by the well. I know that my family's got my back.
If I see your arms droop or your face go lifeless, I'm going to teleport you back here. I'm going to grab your body, and then we're going down this well.
Okay. Make sure to have some hand sanitizer afterwards.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that.
We should go to the gift shop real quick.
And I start walking towards the big guy.
And before Pond goes, I'll reach out and I want to just gingerly put my furthest little feather on his shoulder. Pond, do be careful. And I'll cast guidance.
I'll start approaching the guy with the red hair. I'm going to talk to him first, but if possible, can I ready an action?
Sure. As you're walking, we'll shoot to the group real quick. But yeah, go ahead and ready your action. I'll get back to you in a second. The rest of you, what are you guys doing as Pond is making their way that way?
How far away are we from Pond?
Give or take like 10, 15 feet, just like right now. But that individual is probably like 50 or 60-ish feet.
We got to park ourselves at least close to the well in case we have to make our escape route. So, anywhere close by that we might be able to hide might not be a bad place to just hunker down for.
Probably just on the other side of the fountain, right?
Yeah, just duck behind the marble.
Are you doing this? Because before, to get to the cart, you guys were doing stealth. Are you guys just sort of walking to the fountain?
I mean, I still have Pass Without a Trace up. I don't know if we want to use it, but it's there.
I'll drop some sneaks.
Yeah, we can be sneaky.
The three of you, go ahead and give me stealth checks and perception checks.
35 for the stealth.
Jesus.
Then perception, 18.
I got a 31 for stealth and a 14 for perception.
I got a nat 20 for stealth. That's a 41.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Perception, 21.
Very quietly, very discreetly, you guys sort of mosey on through the crowd, through the people, without really drawing too much attention to yourselves. You notice by the time you get to behind the fountain, you hear a familiar voice. Right, see, so the thing is that I want to have a drink, but the drink cannot be strong. It has to be a little bit less of the oomph, but a lot more of the ah. As the familiar voice of Perdison, you hear it outside of the tavern talking to one of the elves.
That better be drink number 4.
The second I hear Pert's voice, I'm just doing a little countdown in my head for the glass break. I know something's gonna break in like about 3 seconds. The second he stops talking.
It's a learned reaction.
There it is.
Oh, my bad. Totally spilt it.
Every time.
My hands are a little slippery. Didn't mean to come all this way. Love being here, though. Love being here with all of you. And all of these creatures are so wonderful here. I'm not even wearing my best attire. And you see that they're essentially still just donned in their same outfit. And you, Fiffin, it's like fucking pert.
Mm-hmm.
But his eyes are red.
Oh, no.
And you get to behind the fountain. And then from the distance, Quinn, you hear... Right, see, now the thing is that I need to have a lot of things in an order. There's a list that I'm making, and if I make this list, then I'll be able to give it to Quinn. And then once I give the list to Quinn, then perhaps we can talk about how we better move forward when it comes to town. So if you've ever seen an owl, very stoic, very sort of like proud of herself, just tell her that I've been here. It's a familiar dryad in that sort of female presenting form. Is off in the distance by what looks like kind of like a shopkeeper with a scroll, which you remember her always having the scroll that stretches out for sort of like a massive tail with full of notes. And the paper, like, now that you sort of get behind the tower, it's about like 10 or so feet away from you to your right, like the tail end of it. Pond, what action were you ready?
It was more for the conversation. If I notice it go wrong, I have the action ready to go. But I just like to talk to the red-haired person first.
You begin to walk, and you're getting closer now towards that marble grand staircase that leads to that center hub. And right now, this individual is pacing behind the presence, hand in chin, just sort of looking up towards the sky. Every now and then, you hear a slow but deep, almost not necessarily resonating with yours, but a grunt, just a... And as you get closer, you feel... that now you see the true size of this individual as you're getting closer and closer. And right as you land at the very top of it, with all the music and joyful laughter and everything going around, snaps back his head and turns to you and goes, "Hello there."
Hello. How are you?
"I am well. How are you this evening?"
Just looking straight up to try and look at his eyes. I'm doing great. We're having a grand old time.
He crouches down, places both of his forearms on his knees, and is looking at you, devoting his entire attention to you.
I'm sorry to bother you. It looks like you are busy and overseeing everything and doing a great job of doing so. I didn't want to try and break any rules or anything. I wanted to come to you first about asking to see the Archfey. Pretty please.
What was your name again?
My name is Pond, and my family came here to see the Archfey.
And that's all you came here for?
As far as I know.
He looks at you and he narrows his eyes. If you wish to see the Archfey, this can be accomplished. Just not right now.
Why not?
He's a bit preoccupied. Too many outfits. You know, the Archfey likes presentation above all else. Likes to make a statement.
Does it seem like he's telling the truth?
Make an insight check.
It's a 20.
Hey!
+8.
He's clearly lying.
Excellent.
You pin it right away. There is an uncomfortable tension to his face. And he grabs his fingers and he interlocks them. And he goes, "Where are you from, Pond?"
Fendraeya.
"Oh, a lovely place, ain't it?"
It's fine. I'm kind of having a better time here.
And then I'll lean in a little bit and whisper,
I don't appreciate being lied to, especially when I'm being so honest with you. What's really going on with the Archfey?
And I don't like being introduced twice to a filthy liar like you. Was I not clear enough before? Have you just not been looking? Or is this too much chaos for you?
hypnotic pattern.
Incredible.
Bye.
Incredible.
It kind of looks like pond explodes is like what the hypnotic pattern looks like. Like he explodes into fireworks. I need a wisdom save, please.
Wisdom save. A wisdom save. That's an 18.
Oh! He saw through the illusion of it, and after that initial flash, it's just me standing there, blinking at him. I'm so sorry. I had been holding that in for so long.
Make a deception check.
Just to be safe, I'm gonna throw on that D4 for guidance. Okay, 21.
21.
You feel very confident when you say this. He just gives you like a half smile, and he goes, "No need to fear. It's quite all right, Pawn. I know you're scared. I know that I myself can be intimidating. I'll tell you this. You go, maybe with your giant friend, maybe with that really annoying one down the way, your family, you enjoy some treats, you enjoy this celebration. You wait until the voracious night, and you bring me that baby. And you bring it to me quietly, without making a scene. There are a lot of eyes on this fortress tonight, Pond. And I feel slightly disrespected by you. I talk so much about power and control and things, but you can see through it. So why not make the right decision and just dance?"
I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. I'm so confused right now. I don't recognize you at all, and I feel bad about that because we could have been friends, I'm sure. I'll just leave you to your own devices for now, and we'll see what happens later.
And I'll turn around to just start walking down the stairs.
When you say, "I'm sorry, Chief, I'm so confused," you feel something inside you pulse. You drop -5 temporary hit points. And his eyes grow. It's almost like they dilate. And that red ring becomes so thin. And he goes, "Sorry for the confusion. Hope you enjoy the celebration, Pond. And tell your friends what I told you. And if they find themselves wondering what this is all for, try to explain it."
Haha, nope. I think you're just gonna have to cause a scene if you want something to happen here. And I just keep walking down the stairs.
As all of this was happening, what were the three of you doing?
Do you think he looks nervous? Should I push the button?
He's sweating profusely.
He's always sweating. I don't know what to do.
That's true.
Do we notice anyone else here from town?
Make a perception check.
It's 14.
Everybody is almost here, it feels. You catch Pert, you catch the Dryad, you catch a couple of the shopkeepers, a couple of individuals that you've seen around town. And you see them enjoying time, but all of their eyes are burning red.
Do you want to set off the sunflower?
You tell me. I'm just peering intently at Pond, just waiting. I have a little button out that's gonna zap the little sunflower in his butt.
If you guys are just waiting, then after some time, a slight smile is shared by the towering individual.
That's a good sign.
And the individual's eyes widen and then go back. For this Pond, if they were to look at you during that moment, what is your body doing? I'll say, your spell failed.
So it was probably a moment of like, almost like, ta-da! To anyone outside of the 30-foot cube, it just looks like I made arm motions with my arms up to be like, haha! But other than that, they probably didn't see anything except maybe some sparkles. And then when it doesn't happen, it's like you see him just like bring his arms down really quick, and he's trying to be confident, but he's very much like shrinking a little bit. Like he's kind of like physically shrinking, like his shoulders. He's hunching a little bit, and it's almost like a cowering motion, even though he's trying so hard to stay confident and stand up straight and not be nervous about the situation. But when things fail, it was just very clearly not how he wanted it to go. When he does turn around, it's like he's just shaking a little bit fighting through that fear to maintain a jovial sense, not bring attention to everything.
Then I'll say you guys notice this. You see the little hands go up, the sparkle fall and hit the ground, and then the individual get a little bit closer. And then Pond turns around, in a hurried fashion, begins to ascend the stairs, seemingly back to you. As the individual sort of stands there looking, and then gets up, and he doesn't lose track of where Pond is walking.
I'm walking straight towards the well. I didn't see where they went, so I'm just going back to where I think it is. And he's not focusing on anything except being alive right now.
As Pond is making their way, you see him walking in this direction, and you see the towering figure essentially almost like daggers looking exactly where he's walking. If you wish to do with that information whatever you please.
Should we wave him down?
Yes.
I don't know if he knows where we are.
We are very sneaky. Pond!
Pond!
Oh!
Pond, over here! It's me, your friend Emerald.
Like, I just shift my approach and just keep on strolling. Like, it's that kind of walk that is clearly trying so hard to be nonchalant, but looks so, like, robotic and bouncy at the same time.
He's walking towards you and essentially arrives.
I take it that went well?
Oh, so bad.
Oh.
So bad. That person seems like they've been watching at least me, but probably all of us since we found Fleur, is my guess.
So we've been made for a while, huh?
Yeah. I am the last person to suggest something like this. But since since they know who we are, and he's expecting Fleur, we might as well go gung-ho, guns blazing, in some direction.
Full frontal assault?
Full frontal indeed, buddy.
Whoa.
Whoa.
She's tails wagging.
I don't think he's afraid of making a scene, but he doesn't want to make a scene right now. He wants us to bring Fleur to him in the middle of the night, which means that if we do something super out of the ordinary right now, what's he gonna do? What are they gonna do if they just see the 6 of us jump right down that well while making like a ton of noise?
What's our end goal here, though? We jump down the well, and where does that go? What did we get out of this?
Uh-oh. I see Fiffin. Oh, there he is. He begins to walk in your direction.
Oh.
For fuck's sake.
Are we jumping? I'll jump.
Go!
Jump! Jump!
From the distance as Pert begins to walk in your direction, but when you see him, there is a genuine look of fear in his eyes. Fiffin! Hi, Fiffin. How are ya?
Bert, what'd you do?
Did you ever meet with whoever you needed to? Did you ever get the baby safely here? Do you have the baby?
Yes.
Good. That's all I wanted to know. Oh, is that Quinn? From the distance, as the Dryad walks over to you and she places her hand on your shoulder, same, almost like shock look to her face. And she goes, I take it you met with Pert from earlier, which is great. Honestly, at this point, it's really what we needed. We just needed this communication to expedite itself in a proper way. And I feel that you did it. Agreed. Very good. Would you want to see some of the notes that I've been keeping in the entire time that we haven't seen each other? I feel like you should be informed as to what's going on in town.
I think after the party, when I get back to town, we can have a whole meeting. I'll cater dinner and lunch and breakfast. It'll be great.
Sure.
Are you all right?
Sure. She begins to cry as tears just roll down her eyes. Absolutely. Let's chat afterwards, hey? That sounds wonderful.
Okay.
She begins to scribble in her parchment as she turns around from you.
Can I see what she's writing?
Make a perception check.
That is a 19.
In repetition, very frantically. Omen, 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 omen. and she's just feverishly writing it. But you'll notice that towards the end of the parchment that's now coiling around her, she's beginning to walk away from you. There was notes at a point, actual notes. Make sure to check in with Quinn about this, because sometimes the shop might not be, there might have been a small fire, but we took care of it. And then it becomes scribbles, and then it becomes circles. And then after it becomes circles, every single word that she has written for days, it seems, has just been omen.
Guys, I think we should do something sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I don't like this. I'm gonna grab the potion of climbing out of my bag and drink it. You know, bottoms up, everyone take a drink, cheers, let's go down the well. And I just fucking run. I don't know, I'm just going.
Into the well?
We're going.
Yep, and I'm running and jumping into the well, and like as I'm falling, just like lock eyes with the red-haired guy, middle fingers up, like as I fall down.
This has been some wild character development.
I know, true.
I'm so stressed out, and like as I go down into the well, I would try and like stick to the wall so I can not just splat on the ground at the bottom.
Oh, he did it.
Oh my god. I dive in. I dive in right after him.
Oh, okay.
As you jump, Pond, and you look at him, and you give him the old birds, he looks to you, and he gives you like a bit of a nod, as every single head in the courtyard turns in your direction. And then Cheese, you jump in, and Quinn, you jump in, and then everyone in unison, Omen, and you jump in, Fiffin.
I'll grab the cart with my talons.
You grab him, and you bring Floor with you. Pond, you jump, immediately get drenched in water. Even though you're in the center of it, where there is no water, you just feel like you just submerged in it. But you come out the other side, be able to breathe, and you can see clearly it just stretches into a long tunnel with this sort of like circling O-like pattern and this thin red smoke that sort of goes down further. And then as you pass through it, you can see it from the distance, not too far away from you, fairly ways away, what looks like brick of some sort. Not that standard sort of reddish orange brick, more of like a white stone brick. And you perceive it through this circling ring of death, if you will. And there you can see that it arches down from this central opening cylinder, and then it comes down directly, plain flat stone in a circular pattern, like a circular room comprised of white brick stone.
Did Yermo jump down with us?
I forgot about Yermo.
Yermo seemed to have stayed behind.
Okay.
So you begin to land, and you find time to, I'll say, how do you get to the wall to try to cling onto it? Or are you just shooting for the floor?
My goal was to jump into the well in a way where like I would land and be able to like stick to the wall, so like almost like a diagonal dive.
They'll say that, yeah, you come down to it from the way that you did, which is essentially how you were able to perceive the brick wall, coming to it not directly down, but at an angle, and you catch yourself. Fairly quiet, you look above you, and the water almost seems to spin into itself, like it doesn't go down. It continues in a cascade-like pattern, in a circular motion, into itself, constantly. And then you see, Cheese, are you just 3-point superhero landing?
I think I would have jumped as straight down into the hole as possible. What does the ground look like? Is it like a muddy sort of thing, or is it just straight water?
The bottom itself just looks like stone floor.
I have slow fall, so I'd take less damage, so I would, if it's all right, I'd like to just lock my legs and land on all fours.
Oh,
God.
Then absolutely, as you begin to descend down, you land on all fours, but as you're landing there in the center, you feel almost like quicksand. Your legs begin to sink slowly. So do you wish to remain in the center of the room, or do you wish to be on the outer edge of it?
Oh, no, I don't like that. I will shadow step out of that little quicksandy area and go towards the edge.
You shadow step to the end, and there you see, clinging onto the wall, Pond.
Oh, Pond, thank God you're safe.
I'm good. What happened just now up there?
I what do you mean?
I caught like quarter of a second of everyone in the celebration turning and looking at us and chanting Omen.
Oh, wow, that's creepy. No, I was a little more concerned with you jumping into a big hole. I wasn't paying too much attention.
Honestly, that's fair. Are you good?
I'm good. Tail wag.
And now I'll, like, turn my face up to watch for them.
Quinn, same thing. How are you landing? Are you flying, descending down?
Yes, I'm flying down inward. I have seen the floor try to eat cheese.
Yes.
I will just stay in the air. I will stay flying. I will be where I am up here.
Okay.
Are you both all right?
Yeah.
All good.
Good. Fiffin, do try to land on the side.
He's midair before you even say that.
I pictured the room, the three of us, like, are you okay? Where's Fiffin?
That's pretty much what it is, sadly. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my best to land on my feet and almost like squat down using just that momentum to spring off with the scale mail leggings with a mirthful leap to try to get to the side after hearing just the echoes of "don't go in the center" coming up the well. But I'm sure it's going to hurt a little bit getting down there, buckling up.
Make a dexterity check for me.
Ooh, dirty 20.
As you're like landing, Quinn next to you, as you continue to descend, you make out pond and cheese on the outer edge. You heard the echoes, all of you drenched as well, as you seemingly pass through an illusion of perhaps the water that everybody else can see. And you jump through, drench yourself, and you begin to fall, Fiffin, directly down. And then you ready yourself as when you land on the center of this room, you feel your leg begin to slowly sink in, and then you leap out, boom, almost like spring off it, and you land on the outer circled edge of the space amongst a all white brick room with a door that's just old standard fantasy tavern-like door. This old brass handle that seems like it's falling off its hinges, and then a diamond-esque design to it that has like all kinds of scratches and little bits of it that are broken. Just a very old door.
Well, there's no going back up. I can try, but I think down here is the best. And also, everyone was staring as we jumped. I don't know if anyone caught that.
Bad.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like up is the right way to go right now.
I've got this sneaking suspicion that this place is not where we expected to be. Just not like this room. I expected to be in a space when we jumped down in the well, but I mean just the party. It's all kind of weird right now.
Yeah.
Weird is a good word for it.
You hear the screaming as a familiar voice of Yermo seems to be falling through and lands in the center of the room. Oh, you all leapt without me again. Pond, we're supposed to be life and death, you and me. What happened? As he begins to slowly sink as he's talking.
Oh,
Yermo,
God.
to the side. Move, Yermo.
Jump.
Yermo, please come here.
Yeah, get out of the center.
Use them legs.
And he tries to move his legs.
If I run in there real quick, can I try and drag him out?
Make a strength check.
That's nat 20.
All right.
It's just a flat 20 then.
Betty, now you need one, because we've had the other three of us that got a nat 20 so far.
Guys, the pressure's really getting to me.
It's okay, you can lie if you don't see one before the end.
You run up to Yermo, and he looks at you and goes, "Cheese! Hello again, my friend." You hold on to him and you begin to push him out, and he goes, "Whoa!" And you find leverage enough where you're keeping 1 foot outside of the center. We can see that the ground itself is just like a setting quicksand that sinks to a point in the center, and it's just perpetually going. You lodge him out as he takes out both of his hooves essentially out of the sand, and he lands. He dusts himself off and he goes, "I was not aware that it was quicksand. It looks like a water fountain. Doesn't really make that much sense, but perhaps that is the point."
Yermo, I'm sorry. I thought you were with us when we were talking about going down the well. I had a pretty traumatic 1 minute, and so I just kind of panicked.
No need to apologize. No need to apologize. Just let your friend know next time.
Does he still look all dead and stuff?
He doesn't right now. He looks normal right now.
How are you feeling, Yermo? feeling hundo?
Yeah, I feel confused.
That makes two of
We
us.
all are, buddy.
3, 4,
Yeah, count me in there too.
5. Probably 6 with Floor.
6 possibly with Floor. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Floor definitely said that he was confused in our little chat.
So make that 6.
I'll fly down and put Floor on the ground and Floor, open the door. Hi, buddy.
Hi, Quinn.
Hi, how are you feeling, love?
Oh, I'm not feeling too good.
Uh,
All of you, -5 temporary hit points,
Oh no, it's him.
except for Nigel, because you already took some, as you've now declared that you're confused.
Oh, what the fuck?
Gosh, never say you're never say you're confused.
Short.
Floor looks at you and he goes, Quinn, I feel like if you were to think of what a baby feels, which is like just complete like nonsense, but a wide understanding of everything that's before it. That's not how I'm feeling right now. I'm not really understanding anything. And I also, you watch as his voice kind of drop, feel that perhaps, I don't know, maybe I'm just discovering who I'm supposed to be, perhaps who I'm supposed to be with you guys.
Jeez, are you throwing your new voice around or something? What?
Well, I don't think that's me.
Is this how fast normal human babies evolve?
I don't know anything about human babies.
Huh.
Clueless as ever.
But I know that Floor is special. Other than confusion and maybe a little bit of overwhelmed feelings that are happening inside of your brain, physically, are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I think so. I think right now I feel very at peace. Just essentially like a baby talking to you, like not a full-grown adult, but probably like a late teen.
My dude.
Do you know how to walk yet?
Honestly, if you give me enough time, I might be able to.
This is wild development. I'm concerned.
You can't learn to walk yet. I just made that cab yesterday. We gotta get some use out of it.
Like, they grow up so fast, though, you know?
What do you need after you start walking?
I don't know, let's see. He watches his 2 legs
Oh my god!
push out of the cart, seemingly breaking the cart, and all of a sudden his arms just sprout out,
Hell yes.
He's like a mech!
and his head grows and his neck stretches out. What's happening? As he's just screaming and shouting. And Guillermo looks down and he goes, do you remember when I begun this thing and I told you to take care of that baby? That baby doesn't look like it's being taken care of. As all of a sudden, Floor just bursts out of the cart, naked. Oh, whoa, I'm tall now. Look at everybody. I can see all of you from up here. And he is essentially now about a good 5 feet tall.
Is it like large baby proportions, or is it like human man proportions?
No, he's just a grown-ass man.
Just a long baby.
It is a large baby. Yes.
Yeah.
No. It is essentially Floor as if you would have seen him grow up and become a teenager.
Oh, darling, look at you.
Quinn, now, I'd hug you, but I'm completely just naked right now.
Use your swaddle, and I'll kind of flit about and like clip his swaddle to be like a loincloth, I guess.
Yeah, he just
Adult diaper.
hands outstretched. He goes, thank you, Quinn.
Of course.
You know, if you didn't grow so much, you could have just like worn the cab. It would have been real cool, like mech situation, armor, like.
Build it for me then.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, well, weird is the word of the day. Do you think, Floor, you look great. So, you grow up so fast. Do you have control of your magic now, maybe?
That's a good question. I don't know. Should we try it? In this very tiny room?
No.
Fuck it.
No. Hey.
Quinn, we just jumped down a well. You're gonna tell me not to test magic down here?
Fine.
Can somebody roll a D100 for me?
I got a flat 70 if you want to use that.
He looks at you and he says, before, I think I was just trying to understand what all of my spells were, but now I see it. I can see the potential of it all. Honestly, yeah, hey, why not? And he snaps his fingers and you all become invisible.
Whoa.
This is weirdly perfect.
It's like I totally knew that was gonna happen. And his eyes go wide as he finishes that sentence.
That's so cool.
I am so proud of you.
He looks over to you, Fiffin. Thanks, Fiffin. I appreciate that.
Of course, bud.
This is so weird.
I'm learning to be a dad.
So you're all essentially now just standing in the room with a teenage Floor, Yermo who's looking at him and looking at you all, and you're all just waiting as every now and then you see a present covered in some type of decorative, almost like the outer layer of a mushroom. There's like something embedded within the inside of it, and it falls through. The quicksand consumes it, and then you hear, almost like from above, and cheering.
We should go through that door.
Now's as good a time as any.
We're invisible. It gives us a great advantage.
Should we try to like handhold train this so we don't get lost, since none of us can see anybody?
Yes, let's hold hands.
I don't know if we all can.
I'll go last.
I'll hold Pond's hand.
So you guys walk through the door, and it opens, and you see that same white brick pattern of the walls and the ground and everything around you that stretches out and turn left.
I'll scout ahead, take point.
Right behind.
Ease up to the edge of the wall, kind of slink forward.
You quietly turn over, and as you turn your head, there's another set now of 2 doors, and that same worn down pattern that it seems some age for sure.
Fiffin, do you do the honors? Kind of paw ineffectually at the door.
Yep, as long as we're ready. Creak that bad boy open.
I haven't been ready for a single thing that's happened today.
So true, bestie.
The door opens, and before you, a long stretching hallway that seems to go for a good 100 or so feet. You see what looks like from the distance, perhaps to the right, there is another entryway somewhere.
Big old maze down here.
Geez, why don't you call for your person? It might give us away a little bit, but might give us an idea of where to go.
I can try. And I'll very tentatively call out, Marikar? Marikar? Mari? And I'll get a little bit louder as we're kind of progressing down the hallway.
As you're saying this, you hear from the distance, Cheese? Cheese, is that you, boy? Cheese, where are you? For the next roll, you have advantage. Do you guys continue on ahead?
Is that where it sounds like the voice is coming from?
Actually, the voice sounds like it's coming from ahead to the right.
Oh, that like sort of offshoot.
That offshoot, yeah.
I say we go for it.
I'm good to follow you, Cheese, if you're ready.
Okay. I'll sidle on up towards the right side.
As you head up straight here, see that there are 2 doors in front of you, one to your left and one to your right. Go ahead and make an investigation check with advantage.
9.
It seems like her voice is possibly coming from either door, but perhaps the left one, it sounded like. It's definitely in this direction, straight ahead, but you don't know if it's the left or the right door.
It's hard to tell. The echoes in here are kind of difficult to pinpoint everything, but I think she's down this left side.
Okay.
Nod at everyone and I'll keep going.
You go towards the door and you open it. As you open it, you're met with another hallway that opens up with a wall in front of you that turns to another left. And then as you pass through the space, you see all kinds of like mushrooms and vines and grass of all that purple reddish hue color. And you hear from the distance, Cheese. And you are able to turn left and then turn right again. And then Yermo from behind you goes, You know that the Archfey thrives on chaos. It's what brought him here.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, that's a weird time to bring this up.
Oh, my apologies. I have these rushing thoughts in my head. His eyes glow red. And he looks at you and he goes, I fill your mind with indecision, hesitation, doubt, and uncertainty. All of it I see, Pond.
Does it look like anyone else heard that?
Oh yeah, you all heard it. His voice like drops when that flash of red. You're the one who noticed more the red eyes, but everyone else heard that.
I'm sick of these voice changes. Everyone needs to just stick to their normal voice, please. What was that?
I'm gonna hop up onto the wall right next to Floor and just whisper to him, do you have anything in your arsenal that can just make Yermo go away for a little bit?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I can try. Yeah, sure, absolutely. Somebody to roll a D100 for me.
I got a 36.
Roll a D10 for me, Seth.
5.
You watch as Yermo look to you, and he looks over to Floor, and Floor rubs his fingers together, and this white bit of dust shoots out, and Yermo sniffs it in, and he goes, now what was the and you watch as Yermo contort and shrink until, no joke, he turns into a toddler.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Well, wow. That's...
No.
Your age changes.
Floor, we just got rid of one baby.
Oh, but listen, 1 for 1, I'll take it. At least it's not 2 children.
And Floor looks over and he goes, okay.
Thanks, Floor.
One moment, please. Please, bear with me for just 2 minutes. And I'll scoop up baby Yermo in the hat. And then I'm going to run back to the quicksand room. And then just...
Do it.
Dump him into the quicksand.
He sinks through the sand slowly. And then you hear... Yermo seemingly was cannoned to the pile of presents.
Pond, what happened? What did you do with Yermo?
He's in a better place.
Pond!
But you killed him?
Pond!
What?
No, he's just up on the up with the party. I heard him.
Oh.
He's a baby!
They'll figure it out.
Unsupervised!
We supervised this baby and he got stolen like 6 times.
I think that says more about us than the baby Pond.
All right, we're going to put that one right in the box.
Never touching it again.
He's fine.
Thank you, Pond.
Yeah, of course, happy to help. Pond is like, he doesn't care about what he just did. He's just generally stressed, like, about the whole situation. That meant nothing to him. Like, that didn't add to the...
Okay, Yermo is no longer with you all. He and his baby form were bolted out to the main square in front of the Nightwell Fortress. So now this hallway lies before you with a teen floor. Do you guys proceed on?
Yeah, might as well.
It's all we can do.
If all of you guys are proceeding on, I need stealth checks from you guys.
Probably no pass without a trace anymore, right?
I think it only lasts an hour, but it is concentration. I don't know if you want to say it's still up or not.
I'll say you're at the last 10-ish minutes of it.
Like, this will be the last roll where we could use it, basically.
Betty, give me whatever your roll is, and I'll give you my roll.
Thank you. I got a 28.
Mine was the nat 20, so I want to give that to you. Make sure you get one.
Yes!
Yes!
I got a 34.
32.
As you guys are walking fairly quietly, you can hear like your footsteps. I'll say more from like Cheese and Fiffin, a little bit of Quinn, like your talent digging into the very like pearly white floor before you. And as you're getting a little bit closer, you hear almost like stone rumbling. As you guys are passing through, Floor just, hey, sorry, I have a question. And as he sort of whispers behind you, since you all succeeded on your roll, the ground parts and these mushrooms come out and they allow themselves to unwind, and the mushrooms amongst the sort of the trunk of them, they open what look like mouths and they begin to try to gnaw at each other before the stone just closes again. And Floor goes, never mind, I can wait.
That wasn't you, right?
Oh no, that wasn't me. I think it was more about me being a little loud.
We'll keep the decibels to a minimum. And watch your step, because God knows what could be down here.
Hey, Fiffin.
Yeah.
Did you know that my mind is malleable? And under the wrongful impressions, it can leave a really lasting effect that might come to haunt me in the future.
I think that usually happens when you're a child. And you're like an adult now.
Well, that's how I feel.
Your brain is like putty.
Okay, yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's like putty right now. Like I feel older.
Yeah.
But my mind is like putty. Like I feel very scared.
Well, it's okay. You're with friends. You're with family. We're gonna make sure that everything is okay. Nothing's gonna happen to you. Just stick with us. We'll get you where you need to go. And hopefully in the hands of someone that's a good influence. Because I'm not sure we're those people anymore, Flora. I'll be totally honest with you.
Oh, so you're not gonna give me up?
We'll have that discussion later, when you're older.
You notice, going ahead, there is a pathway that leads to the right from this long hallway.
Marikar? Are you around here? Anywhere?
No response.
Can you smell anything?
Can I smell her?
Go ahead and give me a smell check.
20, dirty 20.
Yeah, her smell seems like it's coming from down that way, perhaps. Like a very thin trace of it, but you also pick up on other smells. You pick up on like a muskier, earthy kind of smell. You pick up on almost like a very faint trace of perfume. Not something that Marikar would ever really go out of her way to douse herself in, but from the people around, when you would go out with her, yeah, you could smell that rosy, like, touch to it.
I'll follow my nose, see where it goes.
You guys keep going, and as you turn to the right, you see a hallway. There's a staircase that goes down, and there seems like there's a hallway to the left of the staircase, or straight ahead to the right.
And I give it another smell check.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me with advantage.
12.
Yeah, it seems like it's not so much coming from the path that leads to the left, but more like still the one that's straight ahead that turns right. Seems like it's probably coming from that way.
I'll follow that. As we pass those areas, though, do I see anything down the hallways we're not taking?
This one, as you turn to the right down, there hasn't been any sort of like arching hallways that spreads out, but now as you're walking down the stairs to continue going forward, to the left of you, there is a hallway where you turn, and splattered on the wall, amongst just remains of what look like carcasses and bones and some type of hay where something was sleeping in, smeared in like a black ink on the wall. Deliver us from this torment. Father wishes not to help us.
Nothing in here that I can see. It looks like there's something written on the wall. I don't know what it says, though.
Doesn't say anything good.
And this is just sort of a dead end?
Yeah, it's just a dead end. It's just a small little hole, but like clearly at some point something was living here.
Didn't the metal creatures refer to the
Archdevil?
Yeah, I didn't know if we could say his name here. Didn't they refer to him as father?
Papa, father. If they say that about the Archdevil, wouldn't they say that about the Archfey too, don't you think?
Where did the Archdevil go?
Oh yeah, where did he go?
He was going to come to the party.
He might be meeting with the Archfey now, or trying to.
True. If he was just fluttering over the whole party, maybe he just flew right there.
If anyone would be able to just drop in unannounced, I think it'd be him.
He seems like he has the status for that. Unlike us, sadly.
I wonder what all these hallways are even for. It almost feels like they don't lead anywhere.
Is it just for the purpose of confusing anyone who gets down here? 'Cause I'm confused.
I don't think that this place is a prison or anything. There'd be cells or other rooms or something. It's just a lot of hallways.
You heard her voice, didn't you, Cheese?
Yes, and I'm pretty sure this time it wasn't just, me hearing things. I think we all heard it that time.
I think you're right.
I'm nervous because, we can hear it down here, yeah, but I feel like we've been walking so long. How did her voice echo all the way up to the top, to the party? Can it really travel that far? Or is this another trick?
If she was being transported or something, or moved, I heard something like quiet her down too.
Oh, that's right. There was something else that was yelling at her, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Well, either way, if it's her or if it's not, I think that at the end of this path, we're going to find something.
It's got to lead to more information one way or another.
Right.
We'll continue forward. I'm just going to basically just keep sniffing the entire path there.
Then all of you give me acrobatics checks.
What a horrible, horrible thing to ask for.
As before you head down the straight hallway, you all stood there having this conversation, and then you step forward.
15 for Fiffin.
14.
I also rolled a 14.
8.
When you're all taking that first step forward, you hear that same clicking, and very much like an adventure film, this long blade comes down from an opening on the wall up above, right down the middle. Fiffin, Cheese, and Quinn, you manage to get out of the way. As Pond, it catches you for 2 points of slashing damage. You notice written in that same blank ink on the blade, "We tried to separate," is written.
The Archdevil, I'm telling you, the Archdevil, he's got the two sides.
You think that the Archdevil was down here?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
It's the only thing that makes sense, though, because, I mean, that's what they were talking about. He tried to split up at one point.
Why is all that down here?
You turn to the left as you get to the room, almost like a table of sorts, with vials and little test tubes and things that have all been shattered and broken. Bit of like a brown residue from inside remains, but splattered on the wall. Should he find answers, I need to know.
Does that mean... Do you think that he hired or talked to the Archfey about possibly finding a solution?
A solution to what?
To the separation?
What if Floor is the answer, and that's why the Archfey is so desperate to have him?
But is it the Archfey that actually wants him, or is it the Archdevil, and we've been playing into some sort of trick?
I'm going to take out the Wand of Secrets, expend a charge. It shows me if there's a door or a trap within 30 feet of me.
I can't imagine that this is just hallways. Hallways and some rooms. The detective in me doesn't think that this is the case.
You dispel the charge. You look around you. No, it's just a room. And then you look at the corner, and there's a couple of the white stones that have a slightly darker, more cream-like coloration to them that seem like they're slightly not flush with the rest of the stones.
I'll go up to it. Do I sense any airflow or anything going through those stones?
Place your paw. There's a slight bit of air passing through.
I think there might be something more in this room than we think. Here, take a look at this. These 2 bricks. I think maybe this wall might move.
Let's try it.
Do you press it, Cheese?
Yeah, I'll give a quick glance at everyone first, just like...
We're all good with this?
I'll nudge my head against it and just try and push it open.
I'll put my hand on your shoulder and cast guidance.
It continues to push forward until eventually, almost like in a hinge, the stone reveals a small passageway, probably big enough for you, Cheese, and Pond.
It looks like this one might just be you and me, Pond, if we want to check it out.
I'm not a huge fan of crawling into a mystery hole, but I guess we jumped down into a well that we didn't know the bottom of, so it's... Whatever, let's go.
I'll take lead on this one. Start crawling.
So, Cheese, you scurry in first. Pitch black in here. Absolute darkness. Do you continue forward?
I will cast Dark Vision on myself.
Pond, were you saying something?
Metallica lyrics. You said darkness, all that you see. So I was like, imprisoning me.
All that I see, absolute horror. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
I can't see in the dark at all, and I have nothing that can help me with that, so I'm crawling in blind.
Cheese, you take lead as Pond follows behind you, and you see a room that continues forward that unnaturally widens, not by much, but just slightly. And then you make it out on the sides of the walls, those same circles. But there are like hand splatters on top of the circles, like dragging down. We have found our solution. I have found my way out. And I am not sharing it with him.
Boy, I wish I could read. Oh, jeez. Pond, you can't see any of this?
I can't even see what you're looking at.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know what it says, but I'd like to see if I can remember what the shapes I'm looking at are, so that when we get out, I could like scratch it on the ground for him or something.
Give me a survival check.
Yes. So, yes, the guidance. How much was that, D4? We're gonna need that. That'll be a total of 15.
You're able to remember a good amount of the words. I'll say that from the sentence you gather, found the solution and I'm not sharing.
I'll try and show you what it said when we get out of here.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll keep crawling through.
Quinn and Fiffin, what are you guys doing during this time?
I would like to continue to investigate this room. There is like potions and bottles and books and things you said. What is this? What's going on here, Jose?
More like a science-y lab kind of test. There are no books. It is just a smattering of glass tubes and dried up remains of some substance inside of some of them that have just now turned into that sticky, hard coating on the inside of the tubes. But no books, just that same message. If you want, give me an investigation check.
Not dreadful. 13 on the dice plus, what is my investigation? 11! Jesus! 24!
Let's go.
You take a moment as you're looking at the desk, and you see just all of the mess of tubes and everything. But when you're looking at it, the left part of the desk is disorganized, but not a single vial is broken. The right side, broken, scattered, not on its rightful place. The desk is almost like perfectly divided in half.
I will lay this to Fiffin and to Flora.
I think it's the Archdevil. I think we were fools to work with the Archdevil.
He's the Archdevil. I don't know what we were thinking.
Floor, he reaches in, holding his chin. He goes, "Good observation, Quinn. So, do you think if the Archdevil did this, how did he get out? And did he separate? What does that mean?"
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, he has to be figuring it out somehow. He's clearly not separated, right? I mean, he had two things in one body.
No, I remember. It's pretty creepy.
Crackpot theory.
Hit me.
What if? Okay, this is where we've dove. Okay. What if the Archfey was originally combined and then split and sent one of his halves to the Archdevil, and now he's just evil, and the Archdevil has part of the Archfey in him, and that's why everything's yucked up. And that's why we saw two of him, and he's like, but why? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know.
Okay, all right.
It's good to talk these things out. It helps build on the concept and the ideas and help find a solution. So,
didn't the Archdevil say that he was trying to help the Archfey so the world doesn't
explode,
become overrun with darkness?
Yeah. Why, if the Archdevil was here, why didn't he just go up and talk to the Archfey before? Why is he now banished and outside of the celebration area? I don't get it.
Because when the Archfey split and sent it to the Archdevil, it was like, get out because I don't want you around anymore because you're the other half that I don't want. It's all coming together.
Why would he be trying to come back and then help the Archfey if he just gave him a whole nother person attached to his body?
I don't know, Fiffin. You're the scientist, you're the inventor, what do you think?
Don't put this on me, Quinn.
So my crackpot theory's bad, but you don't even have an idea.
No. I didn't say it was bad. I said it was great to talk it
The
out.
Archdevil is tearing us apart.
It's happening. He's getting into our heads.
We're supposed to be a family.
Flo, what do you think?
I don't know. He guided us to the shard, and he told us that he would grant us a wish, and I don't understand why he would be here in the first place. He seemed like he had his own eternal dominion of space-time and craziness. I don't know.
Right? He can manipulate whatever he wants out in his own little hellscape.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, why would he be here?
Maybe he is the Archfey.
Hey, Cheese, what do you think about the idea that maybe what happened was that there were, like, the Archfey and the Archdevil were one person, and they wanted, but there's like two personalities, and they wanted to split, and then they did, and the Archfey was like, you can't be here, so it banished the Archdevil out, and that's why the Archdevil wants to come in. Like, he's got all this power out there, but it's like a fraction of how much power he had, so he wants to be back in here with the Archfey to do everything that he can do.
Based on the writings we've been seeing, and what you guys have been telling me they say, that sounds like this is where the Archdevil was. And yeah, I don't know, that seems possible. Maybe he's trying to refuse back with the Archfey?
Yeah. I think if they probably should have just stayed together in the first place, but I guess I wouldn't know what it's like to have two people living inside my body, so I don't know what they were going through, if that's what happened. But
well, we should get back to the group so that we can all discuss this at the same time.
yeah, that's a good idea.
All right.
We will crawl back through.
I'm still sitting in total darkness. Like, I can't see anything.
Yeah.
When I was speaking, I was looking, like, at the wall, most likely.
Yeah, I'm just watching. It's like, I'm over here, but it's fine. I know you can't see it. Just follow the wind from my tail wagging.
Swish, 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 swish.
Oh, there it is.
So you guys emerge through, and there you find Quinn and Fiffin having a conversation.
Okay, I don't think that there was anything in there. I think someone was just kind of hiding in there. I saw some more words. I don't remember all of them, but they kind of looked like a little bit like this, I think.
And I will just kind of, with my paws just in the dirt, kind of scratch what I remember from the phrase that was written on the wall.
Cheese writes, "Found the solution, and I'm not sharing."
And then like 20 other symbols that just mean nothing, that are just...
Someone found out how to separate? Who?
Well, if it's the same person that wrote all these other messages, I mean, is maybe the Archdevil?
I'm so confused.
Well, okay, so here's the other weird part. How would the Archdevil even fit into that little hole?
I mean, he turned into an owl when we left.
It's got all kinds. I don't think we've even seen like a fraction of his true power.
But if both the Archdevil and the Archfey were present when they were in this room,
As surmised by the split in the table that I totally saw or heard about.
Yes, I tell everybody that. I'm like, guys, look at the table.
like, if they were together, how do you think? Well, now I'm confused.
And what does Marco have to do with any of it? Why is she down here?
Oh, where is she?
Maybe we table some of these questions for a little bit later. There's still plenty of hallway left to go down.
Yeah, we might find more markings, more sayings, more something that's gonna lead to us understanding this.
I'm gonna keep heading down. I think if we stay on these questions for too long, we'll just trap ourselves in thought.
When you turn around, there was just a wall that led you here. So essentially there was only the pathway down the stairs that turned right. Now when you come out of the little sort of cubby space with the desk and you turn around, there is now a pathway that continues going down.
And that pathway wasn't there before?
It was not there before. But on the sides of the wall, those same hands marked with black that are being run down the sides of the wall. And that's what catches your eye. Because that wasn't there before. The whole hallway wasn't even there before.
That's new.
Suspicious.
Don't like it.
I hate that. Let's go that way.
From just the white stone brick that makes up this entire maze, if you will, there is like a ever-glowing light embedded from within that is just brightening the space.
All right, I'll head down. Keep going.
You turn around, and as you turn around down the hallway, throughout the entire stretch of it, markings and writings all throughout it, and the hallway stretches out until eventually makes like a right, and there on the floor you see the remains of what looked like a skeleton. But all along the walls, I'll say as you all get to it, along the sides, Sire is the answer. Sire is giving us a chance. Father has given us a chance. Bless the Archfey. Bless this light. And damn you. At first, the writings go from very optimistic to then immediately very almost hostile. Damn you. No, damn you. I wish I could rid myself of you. These almost like expressions all over the wall. And I, you, brother. Rid us. Time is on our side. Rid us of this torment. The O still remains all throughout the space, but with a single sort of handprint that smudges the paint of this sort of perfect circular O. It smudges it down. You guys give me an investigation check.
10.
21.
27.
24.
Quinn and Pond. You catch it more as you're walking through, slightly smaller writing on the wall. I will earn his favor. He will see me as I am. This I swear. And just a handprint. Amongst the mishmash of all of the other writing, the handprint stands more dominant, but the writing is just perfectly on its side. And then you turn over to the other wall, and there it says, United we may be, but this is all temporary. I will earn his favor. With a handprint also on the wall. As you get to the end of this hallway, you see that there's like a path that keeps going and then turns left. Cheese. But to the right, the path has what look like curtains coming down this very beautiful purple curtain, almost very like a completely different side there. And the curtains hover in the space. They're like slightly floating, but the hallway turns left into more of the same and then right into this curtain-like entrance.
There's something different. I'll stack up next to it.
Sideways, peek my head through.
You peek your way through, where you've noticed this entire maze has essentially been comprised of this white, vibrant, almost emanating a light from within brick. This now becomes white stone. There's some what look like frames of mushrooms and life of Wyldacre, some tree ants, creatures of Wyldacre. It's just this entire hallway heads forward and you see these frames adorning it, and then it turns left. But this entire space, make an investigation check.
13.
It looks new.
Does it look like someone's been here recently?
Give me another investigation check, why not?
10.
Guidance.
11.
There is one frame that's like slightly not centered, but just slightly on its side, a bit at an angle. Not much, but enough that you can be like, that's not a straight frame. But it's a very beautiful golden frame with, honestly, what just looks like very perfectly placed images of the world that you just guys know in general. If somebody were to show you a pamphlet of a city or a town, this is what you can expect.
The guy appreciates the arts, at least, I guess.
Quite a weird change of scenery, just from blank hallways to this.
Who are they showing this to, and are they painting it here? They'd have to come all the way down here to do it?
I would like to go to the frame that's askew. Is there anything behind it? Fiffin, help me move this painting.
You got it. I go and I just tilt it a little more, unless she needs it completely off, and then I'll take it off the wall. But I don't want to remove it if I don't have to.
No, you actually managed to move it, and there, as you push through, you see a little bit of that black ink. There's something written on the wall. We have been chosen.
Do you need it more? Do you want me to take it all the way off, or?
No, that's all right. Thank you, Fiffin.
I'll put it back, but I'll make sure it's still crooked.
Unless anyone else wants to check anything, I'm gonna keep heading down this hallway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready.
Mm-hmm. We're behind you.
You continue heading down the hallway with similar visage to that of Wyldacre. And then slowly you begin to get to what looks like a picture of a tavern. You see a picture of a city. You recognize these very well. Pond, you recognize these very well. These are not from here. This is from Fendraeya. Can't place exactly where, but you've never seen any of this. So much so that Fiffin and Quinn, well, as you guys are walking, you immediately just do not recognize what's before you. You've never seen these types of homes. You've never seen these types of cottages, rolling mountains that stretch out a perpetual desert that seems to almost sink. And it is just like a frame after another frame that all lead up a set of stairs into another hanging curtain to the right.
Do these mean anything to anybody? These are weird.
What is this?
That's some weird architecture. Is that natural?
Kind of reminds me of home a little bit. I haven't seen these kinds of buildings since I got here.
Oh, they're where people live.
Oh.
I think so.
I haven't seen a lot of, I haven't spent a lot of time around like constructions like those, but the woods and the deserts there, that's what they look like.
Whoever made these has visited our plane, our home.
Maybe one of them, whatever the two sides of this are, one of them is from here in Wyldacre, and one of them is from there. And she'll point to one of the paintings.
Makes sense. Keep going. You said there was another curtain?
There is another curtain to the right.
I'll open that one up too.
And there before you, it is a door. Very much unlike any of the other doors that you've seen. Beautiful, polished stone door with iridescent shine to it, and the handle is this perfectly beautiful, immaculate handle. That on the handle has that black ink smeared across.
Oh, do I still have the Marikar scent? Or is that gone?
Oh, no, you do. It's directly ahead. Stronger and stronger, building on itself, seemingly through the door.
This is where the smell is leading me.
Must be the end of the trail, I hope.
I hope you're ready for whatever's on the other side.
Floor?
Yeah?
How do you feel?
I don't know. I feel like I don't know what I'm looking at. This kind of looks a little bit like home right here. Or from what I remember. I don't know, perhaps Mother has taken me here? I don't know, it all just looks the same, but I guess I recognize some of this, but I don't know why this all just looks so inviting.
If we could get you back there, would you want to go?
I think at the beginning, I did. However, there's something in me that wants to, I don't know, it wants me to go and search for something. I don't know what it is. I can't put my heart to it, my head to it. I don't know what it is. But I feel good. I feel really good.
Insight check. 25.
You look at Floor and you're just seeing this weird joy overcome him. And from his right eye, the slightest bit of red. As long as I'm with you guys, I know that we'll be safe.
I'm gonna turn around and see if anybody else saw that. And turn back to Floor. We will keep you safe.
I'll do my best too. I'll help wherever I can.
I think we're ready.
I motion to Fiffin. Engage door.
Handle and creak open.
The door opens slightly, and right off the bat from the floor, you see what looks like blood that's been smeared throughout. And as the door continues to open, it's a similar circular room as the one you entered, but it has these beautiful golden towers, this purple drape that comes down the sides of the towers, and all throughout, you see what looks like a frame, like a very tall frame, with what looks like perhaps could have been an individual, like a person, almost like a portrait of some noble knight. But you can't make out what it is because the entire picture is shredded, ripped and torn. And in that same blood around, in almost 2 different fonts, freedom. Sire has granted us freedom. Father will see us now. And before you, inverted, there's a bit of sand that is now going up to a very fine point, almost like defying gravity. And when you look up, you see another sort of black hole above you, twinkling with what looks like starlight. And you hear, "Cheese, please, if you can hear me. I'm here, boy."
Quiet!
Just above you. "Quinn, if you can hear me, Quinn, just follow my voice. I'm all right. But please, be careful."
If I hear another word out of you, I'll rip your fucking wings.
I look very anxiously at everyone and tails sort of wagging. Sort of a stress wag and not a happy wag.
You all heard that, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Marikar or not, someone's in danger.
we're with you.
How do we go up?
Against my better froggy judgment, I'm going to step forward into the sand.
You stand in front of the sand, and you hear, "Congratulations to you on this, the brightest and clearest of days. Blightmore and Mora, your chance to meet with eternity lies before you. Or should I say, above you. Take a chance, breathe it in, spew it out, and rejoice. For on this day, you have been granted a glimpse into the unknown, a look behind the veil of merriment, and a sight of 1,000 planes. You today have the privilege to finally meet with the one, the only, Archfey of Wyldacre. I look forward to our meeting. Your father Omis has spoken highly of you both, and I am finally willing and able to bestow my gaze onto you. Now, come see me. I've been waiting. Congratulations, once again." You find yourself, Pond, almost like floating, and then all of a sudden, you get shot up. You burst through, and you float for a second, and you see a massive throne room. There are these long white pillars that stretch for almost 100 or so feet, and these purple and gold and draped curtains that hang, very regal. And from all across the floor, there are the mushrooms and the flowers all wilted, decaying and dying. And there in the center of the room, in what looks like perhaps could be a throne, that same jasper that encapsulated floor, but almost like a massive stone that just completely takes up that corner of the room. And you look around and you see these man-made cages. You see a woman, Quinn's mother. You see what looks like another individual that's just lying lifeless on the floor, and an empty cage. And when you look ahead, inside of the jasper, completely withered, almost like you can see reflections of it almost. These 2 pointy like elf ears that come and decay down, frozen solid in the jasper. No hair, and a robe that seems to stretch out and goes outside the jasper, and you notice that the robe itself is comprised of grass and mushroom and fungi, and all kinds of beautiful life and plant life from Wyldacre that has all been withered and died away. Above this individual, what looks almost like a crown that has these vines that come down to make it look like this is its actual hair. Pale, white, beautiful skin that has now been sunking in, drooping and decaying deep within. And when you look down, you see the 3 individuals and the same red hair individual that looks up to you and goes, "Very well." And that's what will end tonight's session.
Oh, God.
Thank you all so much for listening. Catch us in 2 weeks, where we will find out exactly what this all means that Pawn happens to be looking at. Thank you, guys.
Screaming, screaming.
Pawn can handle this himself. He's good.
He's fine.